Argentina is in the middle of a cultural battle, with debates over censorship, education and gender rights taking centre stage. From banning books to cutting funds for sexual health programs, the policies of President Milei's administration are igniting fierce controversies and reflecting deeper societal divisions. One of the most controversial developments has been the banning of certain books from schools, particularly those addressing themes of sexuality, gender and feminism. Among the targeted books is Comitiera, a novel by Dolores Reyes that deals with femicide and gender violence. Vice President Victoria Villarruel described the book as pornographic and pushed for its removal from educational settings. This sparked outrage from Argentina's literary community, culminating in a protest in November 2024, where over 120 authors gathered at Buenos Aires Teatro Picadero to read banned texts in defiance of what they called a modern-day witch hunt. And this isn't an isolated incident. Critics argue that these censorship efforts are part of a broader push to restrict freedom of expression, particularly when it comes to content that challenges traditional gender norms or highlights systemic inequality. As one journalist put it, what's really under attack here is the right to think critically and question the status quo. The assault on literature is mirrored in attacks on Argentina's sex education system. The Comprehensive Sexual Education (ESI) law, passed in 2006, was a groundbreaking move to mandate sex education in all schools. However, its implementation has been uneven, and under the current administration it faces renewed challenges. In January 2025, Buenos Aires city authorities blocked access to a public archive of sex education materials, claiming a need for neutral content review. Critics see this as a thinly veiled attempt to undermine the ESI law, which has long been a target for conservative groups opposed to teaching about contraception, LGBTQ+ issues and consent. These setbacks come alongside Milei's December 2024 decision to cut federal funding for sexual health programs, including access to birth control. By transferring responsibility to underfunded provinces, the move has left many regions without adequate resources, particularly in poorer rural areas. As a result, activists warn of rising rates of unplanned pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections. These attacks on literature and education are part of a broader rollback of gender rights under Milei. One of his administration's first moves was to shut down the Ministry for Women, Gender and Diversity, calling it wasteful and ideological. The National Institute Against Discrimination, Xenophobia and Racism, INADI, was also closed. Critics argue that these moves reflect a deeply ingrained misogyny within Milei's policies. By dismantling institutions that promote gender equality and combat discrimination, the government is sending a clear message that these issues are no longer a priority. Activists have described this as a direct attack on decades of progress in gender rights, warning that it will disproportionately harm women, LGBTQ+ individuals and other marginalized groups. Argentina is at a crossroads. The battles over book bans, sex education and gender rights are about more than just policy. They're about the kind of society Argentina wants to be. Will it continue to build on its legacy as a regional leader in human rights and equality, or will it retreat into censorship and repression? What do you think? Are these culture wars a reflection of larger global trends, or is Argentina following a uniquely local path? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more in-depth discussions. If you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee in the link below, and I'll see you next time.